Hello and welcome back to Solo Board Gaming Presents an unboxing. Those things that I don't do unboxings kind of thing. And here I am doing an unboxing or an unbagging, or I'm not sure, because this is Rome Inc. from Augustus to Diocletian, a solitaire game by Philip Jelly. Fantastic looking game. I've just been looking at it for a couple of weeks because, again, the subject matter really excites me, and it covers the entire Roman period from Augustus to Diocletian. In fact, I think there's going to be a prequel to this, sort of late Republican Rome, and also a sequel to it, up until the last days of the Roman Empire. Anyway, back to this. This is published by Against the Odds magazine, and it's the first ATO publication that I've ever purchased. And right now, it's such a bargain for such... I think this looks like a huge game. It's got a great scope to it. It's completely solitaire. And I think that's a lot of game for instance, right now in the UK, this is something like 30 quid, I think. An absolute bargain. Let's just have a look at the other side. There we go. And it starts on the top there by saying you've never played an Ancients game like this one. And I can't wait, I must admit. So I have had a look inside, but I do want to show you all the components as they come. Great example of some of the counters there. So this is designed by Philip Jelly, development Dave Bow, art and layout Mark Mahaffey, whom I do recognise that name. Production Steve Rawlin. One player, 3 to 4 hours per scenario. Now there's 4 scenarios, I think, in this game, and you can play them as an entire campaign, or you can pick any of the 4 scenarios, but each scenario, there's about 3 or 4 hours of gameplay. Complexity medium, solitaire suitability excellent, of course. So let's take a look. I think there's a bit of glare on the plastic here. So let's just take that plastic lid off, like so. Okay, so the first thing you get is this brilliant magazine. I've had a quick browse of this magazine. I'm dying to read it. Didn't want to start reading it because I didn't want to spoil it before this unboxing. But it's a great magazine. I think it's 50 pages, 45 pages or something like that of a fantastic full colour magazine. I've not experienced these before. We start off, and the grandeur, that was Rome. And so on. And this is a brief discussion about empires in general and the legacy of Rome as an introduction to the background, basically, of the game. And there's your contents. Rome Inc., the Roman Empire from Augustus to Diocletian. And this is some brilliant information from the designer, Philip Jelly, but we'll get to that in a few seconds. Here we go. Rome Inc., the Roman Empire from Augustus to Diocletian. And we're talking around 27 BC to around 286 AD, or Common Era if that's what you prefer, and 27 BCE if that's what you prefer. But the way my mind works, it's still working on 27 BC, 286 AD. I know what I mean by that, so that helps me. Brilliant background information here. Look at this. The Republic from 44 to 27 BC. And Philip goes through the whole of this. Now look, I hope you can see that. The Roman Republic and its future opponents at the assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC. So that's the entirety of the world that at that point the Roman Republic covered, and its future opponents lining up there. You can see their shields. from the Germans, the Franks, over to the Goths and the Dacians over here. So some great history. And then the Julian emperors, more maps to show the growth of the empire, the Flavian emperor. Now, this is the entire era that the game is going to be covering. So how generous to provide so much history behind the game. You're basically playing through this whole story. The adoptive emperors. Now look, the Roman Empire and its vassal states at its greatest extent, which was the death of Emperor Trajan in 117 AD. Look at this. Look at how we're covering the whole of Egypt, Asia Minor, Greece, and Italy, obviously, up to the Danube, Northern Europe and Spain, North Africa, and of course, Britannia, which was then, by then divided, wasn't it? Britannia Inferior and Britannia Superior. Wow. And it goes on, the Antonine emperors, the Severan emperors, the Barracks emperors, Illyrian emperors, and so on and so on. So a fantastic magazine to cover the entirety of the history, the span of this brilliant game. And look, it doesn't just stand on its own laurels. The research undertaken is listed in this great bibliography here. Brilliant. And then you've got your Rome Inc. Rules of Play, which I think are something like 10 pages, I might be wrong. Table of contents, introduction, and then it ends with the scenarios. Here's your introduction. Goes through the units. This is a management game, so you're managing the whole empire, and you're the guy that's actually appointing the emperors and the senators, the governors, that kind of thing. And so I understand so far, each of the emperors has different abilities. They're good at certain things, not so good at other things, and so on. So it's a management game. You're managing the whole of that empire through that entire period, that great span of history. And at the same time, it's a war game. We'll have a look at just how many military counters there are in the game, the wars counters, provinces, nicely laid out set of rules. I have read, for instance, on BGG, there are some issues with the rules, that they're maybe not clear enough or don't give enough examples. I don't know, I can't comment on that. But as usual, there's also lots to help on BGG, so we're going to have a really good go at that. And then you've got sequence of play, you've got an event phase, a treasury phase, an unrest phase. Yes, we like plenty of that. The war phase and the victory phase, and these are the phases of each turn. And I think I've briefly seen that each of the scenarios is something like 10 turns or something like that. And then it goes through each of the phases in absolute detail. And then there's some charts. The emperor's charts. Here we go. The Julians, the Claudians, the Flavians, the adoptive emperors, the Antonines, and so on. So that's the emperor's charts. I think there's some more charts here. Now, it's a solitaire game, so of course there's going to be lots of charts. Of course there's going to be lots of dice rolling, but we're hoping for lots of mitigation as well, aren't we? Because we have to make those decisions, and then we have to live with those decisions when we're rolling those dice. And I quite enjoy that. You can never get enough dice. Assassination chart, support chart, movement chart, pillage chart, unrest chart, the revolts chart, losses, rebellions. Quite a war game, I think, by the look of it. Civil wars chart. And then we continue, treasury phase. What a beautiful magazine this is. Wow. I'm really impressed by this. As I say, I've not had one of these ATO productions before. Here's the scenarios. There's one that starts in 27 BC. The next one starts in 70 AD or Common Era. Then 138 AD. And finally 222 AD. That's it. And then some more Roman games here. And some more Who Guards the Praetorian Guards? Another article there. Oh, I like this. Gaius Marius and the Reforms of the Roman Legion, because I do remember, I'm not particularly good on the Roman Empire or Republic. I would say it's just slightly advanced schoolboy knowledge, that kind of thing. But I am aware of the Marian reforms of the legions. So that'd be nice to read. Modifying the Pilum. We'll have to read up about that. Look at these. Look at this artwork of these battles. And so on and so on and so on. So, anyway, I think you can see that I thoroughly enjoyed this publication. And so in there, to cut a long story short, you have all your charts that are needed, your sequence of play, and your main game rules. Brilliant. Look at that. Really enjoyed that. And now something else I've really enjoyed, but also that have raised a bit of controversy, and that is the counters. Now, I think these counters are absolutely beautiful. The artwork on them is fantastic. I recognise a lot of the things that are depicted here. They are colourful. They're double-sided. Okay. However, they are a little bit small. They're the half-inch counters. I think they're half-inch. And they are fairly small. But in their favour, they're absolutely beautiful. Let's just have a little bit of a closer look. There we go. Now you'll have to bear with me because I'm not quite sure what they all are, and certainly I don't know what all the iconography means. Augustus, Conquest, Agrippa, Cantabrian, Tiberius, Illyrian, Drusus, German, Germanicus, Otto, Galba, Nero, Plautius, Claudius, Paulinus, Cerialis, Domitian, Agricola. I'm not going to read them all out. You'll be very pleased to know I'm not going to read them all out. But I just think they're lovely and colourful counters. There's some more specialised counters here, look. These look like they go on tracks. Events here. And here are some tribal counters. Now look, this is what I like. Look at those. Look at all those beautiful shields. Alemannic, Alan, Boudica, Caraticus, Burgundian, Caledonians, the Cantabrians, the Dacians, the Frankish. Come on, guys, these are beautiful. Look, all with distinctive shield shapes and shield decoration. German, Gothic, Simeon, Judean, Marcomannic, don't know those. Moorish, Nubian, Illyrian, Persian. These are actually popping out, look, actually, so they look like they're going to pop fairly easily. And now look at all the legions. These are all the legions. Various counters from Legion 1 to, is that the highest one? 30, 22, 30, Ulpia, Germanica, Italica, Minerva, Augusta. Fantastic. Actual historical legions. Augusta, Trajana, Claudia, Valeria, 20th Legion Valeria. Some very recognisable, others maybe not quite so much so, unless you're a specialist. But this helps us, doesn't it? Because obviously, I mean, I'm sure many of you guys do, and I certainly will. I'll be digging a book out now to actually increase my knowledge of these things and the Roman military. Look at these laurel wreaths, Julian emperors, Antonine emperors. These are your choices of emperor, look. The Claudians, the Flavians. And here we've got imperial cavalry, the Praetorian Guard, and all these auxilia and allies, fleets and walls, loyal Aegyptus, loyal Italia, loyal Africa, loyal Britannia, loyal Pannonia, wow, loyal Hispania. Insurgencies, look, see those? Insurgents. And of course the fleet. Now, I do remember one thing that I saw, that on the other side, see, on that side, all the shields are single, and on this side, they're all doubled up. So you've got the same things again, but the shields are, there's 2 shields for each. Even the cavalry there, look, and the auxilia, all rebels. Oh, I see. So on the other side of these, it was loyal, and on this side, it's rebel. Wow. So the double shields, by the way, I didn't finish, did I? I believe those are veteran units, the double shields, and the other sides are the standard ones. So beautiful set of counters there. I really like them. A little bit small, yes, of course they are, but wow, beautiful artwork. And now, always the best bit, me being a mapaholic, the next thing is going to be the map. Just zoomed out again. And I believe there was something else just under here. That's right, a free little game called Nothing So Well Lost, The Siege of Rhodes 1522. Wow. And there's a turn track here with a calendar on it. And look, you can, oh yeah, cut out. It says cut out there. You can cut out these counters. And the rules, there you go. The rules are on that side. So, free little game in the box. Can't go wrong. Excellent. A bit of advertising against the odds, and turningpointsimulations.com, some more of their games. And yes, you do actually get some dice, and wow, the back of the box, the package, whatever you want to call it, is a counter tray. Worthwhile right there. Now let's have a look at this map. Here we go. Let's see how much of it I can get on. It's quite a large map. Oh, look. I appreciate that. There's a sequence of play right there in the top left-hand corner of the map. Events, treasury, unrest. That's a big unrest phase, isn't it? War phase, victory phase. Brilliant. Okay, so let's get this map open. Oh, it's a point-to-point. Wow. How cool is that? How cool is that? Can we see? So, over on the top right, there's an event chart. I can't tell you what that's about. I don't know. But we've got adoption, assassin, barbarian, bodyguard, colony, conquest, conspiracy, deification, inflation, migration, mutiny, omens, persecution, plague, praetorians, rebellion, terror, usurper. Wow. Okay, and then the top over there, we have statesman. So that's a holding box, is it? Maybe. And then we've got the wars. And as I mentioned, the sequence of play, top left. And down here, our treasury chart. What are these? Command display. This is quite a colourful display here. Look, Caesar, consul, Prefect, Britannia. Ah, okay. Syria, Egypt, Africa, Spain. Wow. Ah, emperors and barracks and destroyed legions. So can I get most of it in? Can't quite get all of it in just yet, but that's certainly most of it. Very colourful, as you can see. Yes, it's a paper map, but actually, you know, yeah, this is lying quite flat at the moment. I'll probably put plexi on it, but no, it's lying quite flat. It's big and it's bright. It's big and it's bright, and the text and the artwork on all of these areas is standing out really, really well. I'm looking at all these shields here. The various designs can be seen very clearly, and these legionary shields as well. Very, very clear. Britain up there, Caledonia, Hibernia. Wow, look at it. Absolutely. I can't tell you what any of it means, unfortunately, not just yet. But it so makes me want to get stuck in. Shall I just zoom in just a little bit, maybe just so you can see a little bit more artwork around here. Rome, Julian and Claudian emperors, Ravenna, Pisa, Mediolanum, Alps, Neapolis, and they're colour coded. Look, Pannonia Inferior, Pannonia Superior, Noricum, Illyria. And then we come into Macedonia and Dacia and the border areas here. So I suppose you place your legion. Oh, I don't know. I must stop guessing. But it's really colourful and very, very clear. Let's just have a look at the Middle East a little bit, maybe over here. Because obviously another really important area around Egypt, Judea, Alexandria, Arcadia, Thebes, Ethiopia, Arabia, Syria, Judean. Wow, absolutely love this map, and I can imagine this when I set it up with those lovely counters on it. Let's just have another quick look at those counters. There they are. The counters are going to look absolutely fabulous set up on this wonderful map. I think I've covered everything. There's a huge campaign, okay? And it covers from Augustus to Diocletian, from 27, was it, BC? I'm not looking at the cover at the moment, unfortunately. Yes, from 27 BC, Augustus to Diocletian in 286 AD. And we have to manage the vast empire, appoint consuls, governors, raise taxes, deploy legions, fleets and auxiliaries to garrison provinces and fight wars to expand the prestige and power of Rome. What a great publication. I am really, really chuffed with it, I must say. So, that's it then. And that's what you get in the box. You get this wonderful map. Okay. You get your counter tray. You get your counter tray and your dice. So, you get your counters like so. We get a bonus game like so. We get the rules and obviously and all that Fantastic background history to the game, absolutely brilliant. And of course we get the cover to the whole thing to keep it all nice and tidy. So there we go. For me, this is a game screaming out to be played in video. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I really want to do it. But I'm going to spend plenty of time, first of all, playing through these scenarios, but we will come round to it. There you are, guys. From Against the Odds magazine, we have Rome, Inc. From Augustus to Diocletian, a solitaire game, and it's by Philip Jelly, and it's available right now. So a really great buy, small package and a huge game. Hope you enjoyed that. We will come back to it. Thanks very, very much for watching. Please like it if you can. Please subscribe because it helps tons, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.